Well, military camaraderie is often highlighted in sport and can be used to assist with the recovery, rehabilitation and reintegration of veterans and their families back into civilian life. Let's bring in live now Chris Burson, Victoria's Veteran Engagement Regional Manager at Invictus Australia, an organisation that does support our veteran community through the Invictus Games and national grassroots and community sports. Chris, thank you for your time. Firstly, I want to acknowledge and thank you for your service on this Anzac Day. Have you been pretty chuffed to see what's been a really extraordinary turnout today at services right around the nation?
Yeah, so I come from Lara, which is just a little suburb out near Geelong, and usually we get maybe 50 to 80 or something coming out there, and then this morning there was heaps. I was very surprised when I walked up. There's lots of kids. I think there was some schools, some teachers brought them along, whether their parents and teachers are veterans, I'm not sure, but and I'm outside the MCG, so I apologise for sirens and jets flying over the top at the moment. But yeah, it's been great to see the turnout. Sorry, Yeka.
Lucky you. We won't hold you for too long. It sounds like you've got some further things to get on with this afternoon at the MCG. Look, do tell us a bit about your experience. When you left the Army, how much of a struggle was it to fit into a new post-service life, and how are you helping other veterans at the moment try and achieve that?
My transition wasn't that bad because I went from the Army straight to the police, so it's pretty similar. However, I find a lot of other people that get out, they struggle to find. If that's your shopper, you can tell it to be quiet if you want. But if they struggled to change over because they went from having a community, a team, everybody that was there was working together to have a purpose, and then when you come out, every decision you make is not life or death anymore. You don't know. You don't have to get up, but you don't get yelled at if you're not there at 7:01 instead of 7:05, etc. If you're 5 minutes late, you're 10 minutes late for something else. But it's the transition's been hard. But I've found so far, all the veterans that I've met love meeting up with other veterans again, and they love sharing their stories. But it's everything seems to be focused on the past and their service. Whereas when we have them joining up for sport, it gives them a new community. So we had a guy yesterday who was in a wheelchair he's been in a wheelchair for 12 months. But this guy, he's now in a paragolfer, which lets him stand and play golf again. But that's been amazing to see that. But there's been older people from Vietnam. They go for walks, meet up with younger people. Had people from different generations now playing pickleball with each other. That's been amazing because that's a sport everybody can play. And it gives them something to go to now. So now we're trying to get dragon boat teams on both sides of the peninsula. And ideally we'll end up putting something inside Australia instead of just the games every 2 years, and we can have dragon boating going, archery. So whatever sort of sports you're into, if you have your local rep in your state, they all have Facebook groups. You can hit us up on there or invictusaustralia.org. And then I'm happy to get involved in whatever sport people want and just get them back into the community, because getting them into the community gives them friends and new support networks that they have.